Hello everyone, my name is Kate and welcome to this channel. Today we're going to once again visit Tampere, but this time we're predominantly going to visit it in winter and I will tell you some of the more interesting facts about the city. We're going to take a train today from the north of Finland all the way to the south. The views from the train are stunning, so it's well worth the ride. I love Finnish trains. There's something lovely and homey about them. I don't know why, but I have this fondness of Finnish trains and I love the Finnish landscape. It's for some might be considered fairly repetitive, but I love the forest and it is beautiful, in particular in winter when it's all covered with snow. I also love Finnish food, and Finnish restaurant cars and the train are actually really good, but this time I packed my own lunch. Always a cup of coffee before the long day. Finnish coffee, no question. I love Finnish coffee, did I mention? Every time I go to Finland, I always buy a bunch of coffee to bring back home because I'm a big fan of Finnish coffee. Now we're making our way closer to the city. So Tampere is the third largest city and the largest industrial center in Finland. City is nestled between two gorgeous lakes, separated by the Tammeri Rapids. The rapid waters used for the city's enterprises to generate electricity. Around the city of Tampere, there are 300 lakes and 20 beaches. There's a large port here. It's a great place for work, for life, and for recreational activities. Right after arriving to the stunning city of Tampere, the first site I would recommend to visit is the Orthodox Church. It's a gorgeous church located right next to train station, dedicated to Saint Alexander Nevsky and Saint Nicholas. This church was completed in 1899 and designed by Russian military architect Yazukov. Tampere is also home for a large number of festivals and events, numerous musical and film festivals here. Tampere is a fairly large city by Finnish standards, population over 200,000 people, located in the south of the country. By some accounts, it's actually the second urban center after Helsinki and one of the most sought-after city to live in. In 19th century, Tampere received the nickname of Northern Manchester due to its industrial might. It's also referred by some as Finnish Ivanovo, and Ivanovo is a Russian city that's famous for beautiful women, so City of Brides. Apparently Tampere was also called the City of Brides, so there you go. The year of foundation of Tampere considered to be 1775. It appeared to be a city due to the Swedish king Gustav III, when monarch finally paid attention to the small settlement that was in no way particular or interesting, except for its extremely good location on Tammeri River. So basically Tampere owns its city status to Tammeri River. Shortly after this discovery, Tampere started growing like crazy. A dam was built on the banks of the river, and gradually many factories started popping up here and there around the dam. A few years later, Swedish king officially declared the settlement a city and granted this city a wide variety of benefits. In 1809, Tampere continued to be the beloved city of every emperor. When Russia won the war against Sweden and Finland became a part of Russian Empire, Alexander I actually followed the example of Swedish rulers and removed the burden of taxes and custom duties from the city, allowing the city to continue to flourish economically. In terms of what to try here, I think monkeys are particularly good. It's a sort of a donut, but it's much better than a donut. Accompanying with Finnish coffee goes particularly well. There's Fatsa Cafe here. Those are my favorite cafes here in Finland. And they have a lot of really good desserts. I like Finnish blini, or pancakes of sorts. And I really like Finnish pulla. Pulla is this kind of muffin. My favorite accompanying dish to it is blue cheese, the our blue cheese in particular. You can try different types, but this is the best one in my experience at least. And it goes really well with pulla. It might be a bit unorthodox and weird for Finnish people. I don't know. Let me know if you think it is. But it tastes really, really good, at least to me. Try it. Let me know what you thought. Another reason I really like Tampere is the great number of outdoor opportunities. There are beautiful lakes right next to the city. There are a lot of nice hiking places and great beaches. So for every season, there's something to do outdoors. A truly special page in the history of the city started in 1820, when James Finlayson, the engineer from Scotland, founded cotton factory in Tampere. It was a revolutionary enterprise. Not only was it first truly large factory in Finland, it was also most innovative one. For example, factory began to use electricity for operation of mechanisms and also lighting. In fact, the very first electrical lights were lit here in Finlayson factory. From that moment, the city became much more powerful economically due to its machine building workshops, wood processing plants, wool processing plants, and other factories. As a result, Tampere deservedly was called a main industrial center of Finland. Now we're making our way to my favorite spot in the city. It's all next to one another. There are two castles, and in between them there's gorgeous Talipiha stables. So both of these castles were actually built by the owners of the Finlayson factory. Eventually Finlayson sold the factories to Nadbeck family, but insisted on keeping the name. That's why the name was never changed. To this day it is called Finlayson. But in 1800s and late 1800s, the factory has changed owners. And the owners of Finlayson factory were the ones that built the stables and both of the castles, right in the downtown, pretty much, right in the center of Tampere. Both are stunning, and the Talipiha stables today are one of the most beautiful sights in Tampere. They were built in 1880 for the horses and coachmen of Finlayson factory owner Wilhelm von Nadbeck. These German wooden houses were renovated and refurbished to modern standards, and today they're coffee shops, chocolate store, is really good handmade chocolate, and other just miscellaneous things that you could buy here. Most of them are handmade and most of them are made in Finland. Right next to it there is a stunning Selina palace in neo-baroque style. It was built by the owner of Finlayson, Peter von Notbeck, in 1898. Sadly, right after completing the palace, both husband and wife died, and Tampere, the city itself, bought the palace in 1905 and right away pretty much turned it into a museum, and to this day it is a museum. However, there's also a restaurant, there's a coffee shop there as well. If you would want to check it out, there's a great coffee shop in there, and both palaces can actually be rented for weddings or for other events. They're quite expensive, but pretty cool opportunity if you have any big events coming up. Christmas is also a great season to visit Tampere. The Christmas celebration takes place here from the end of November to pretty much the end of December. Christmas markets are held throughout the city. The particularly famous ones would be in the central square, Talipiha stables, and Finlayson factory. Central Square is filled with warm and lovely magical Christmas atmosphere. Little wooden stalls are filled with handicrafts, decorations, treats, toys, and a lot of delicious delights from local cafes and restaurants and Talipiha stables. Christmas markets are particularly lovely because the place is smaller and I think somehow cozier. They also sell all sorts of great things here, and there are a lot of freshly baked goods and lots of hot coffee and other hot drinks, so definitely check it out. Hopefully you will have a chance to visit the stunning city of Tampere, one of my favorites in any season. Let me know what you thought about the video. Hopefully it was helpful. If you've been to Tampere before, let me know what you thought about the city, or if you're planning to visit. Also let me know, it would be fun to know. Thank you so much for joining. Check out my other videos about Finland, there are plenty on the channel, or videos about other countries, Switzerland, Germany and beyond. Don't forget to subscribe if you like such content. Once again, thank you so much for joining and see you soon.